One day away from arguably your biggest game of the year, how has this week's preparation and focus been for the team? I know, appropriate question.
It's been pretty good, we have 30 seniors on our team. Our entire offensive lineup is seniors, and I believe right now 9 of 11 starters on defense are seniors, and they still remember what the losing feels like, especially a loss when you've worked so hard for something and you fall a little short. And that's what Lou Holt said, is that losing just makes you work harder. So I think that's been their mission.
You talk about all the seniors you have. Obviously, they were on the team back, most of them, I assume. We're back on the team in 2008, where you came up just a little bit short.
That was interesting, because last night I asked, how many of you dressed for that game at Lucas Oil? I couldn't believe all the hands that went up. It was 20-25, and I guess I didn't appreciate that. And 2 of these boys started in that game. Ramon Wright started, Tony Springman started, and we've had 2 excellent teams. And to play on that team as a sophomore, that's incredible.
Do you find that as being kind of a hidden motivation for some of those guys?
They're not saying it, but you don't have to say some things. You can just tell by their body language and by the way they go about their business.
One thing I do want to say, I don't have to, but semi-state has been a little bit of a trip up on the road for Dwenger in the past. How do you overcome that? How do you say that's the past, this is now, let's do what we need to do now?
I read a book by Dick Dullahan, which was just put out recently, and he's a legendary Indiana coach and has more state championships by individual coach than anybody. And he just says you just got to keep knocking on that door. You gotta be there. You've got to keep trying, and someday you'll knock it open or knock it down, and that's what we're trying to do. We've been to the region twice, we've been unsuccessful twice, and we're just going to keep knocking.
Talk about Hammond now tomorrow.
Yeah.
What do they bring to the table? How have you prepared for that?
Well, Hammond's a great team. Hammond Morton, their coach, he's a really good guy. He's a very knowledgeable football coach, and so is their staff. Basically, their offense is the key. They're averaging 43 points a game, 45 points a game, something in that area, and they spread, but they run more than they pass. But when they pass, they're very, very effective. They alternate 2 quarterbacks, which is pretty interesting, and they're both really good. They can both run and throw well, and throw on the run. They're hard to get to. Very difficult for defense to get to them at all, and their receivers are outstanding. Number 2 and number 3 are some of the finest receivers we've ever seen. Good offensive line to protect them. So their offense is what makes them go. Very good defensive team, though, too. You watch them on film, you think, how are we going to move the ball, because they're real physical up front. So they're a really good team.
Do they compare to East Noble at all, maybe, for you guys?
Oh,
as far as the spread and having
I could probably tell you afterwards. I got in trouble one year by comparing somebody to somebody, and then that's. I don't know how many people I could make happy by making that comparison. So, they're Hammond Morton, and they're very, very good. And they lost 1 game to a great program in Lowell, and they just came and really had a big win over Concord last week. I believe they had 42 points by halftime. So they're strong, real strong.
If you had any concerns about Saturday, what would they be?
The individual speed at the wide receiver position. Also team speed on defense. We can't practice that. We can't come up with a real fast defense unless we want to, just put everybody over there. And, things happen defensively faster in the game than they happen here. The holes close faster. The defense is at the ball before you anticipate it. So, I think that speed.
Does the extra day help you guys, or did you just kind of shuffle everything back a day?
We'll find out. We have not moved everything back a day. We did yesterday what we normally do on Thursday, so today we're looking at a bonus day. And what we'll do today is we'll repeat all the things we did yesterday, only quicker, and then we'll have a war games situation afterwards, where we go through all kinds of down and distance situations, kicking, punting, all that if there's time.
Patrick Ryan, quarterback, Bishop Dwenger High School. Biggest game of the year coming up tomorrow. Just talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, we have Hammond Morton up in the region. We've been up there twice the last 4 years. We've come up empty both times, and we kind of want to break that stereotype that a Catholic school from Fort Wayne can't go up there and compete. I mean, it's going to require a lot of toughness for us, and Hammond's very fast. They're very big. and they're tough. So, I mean, we just got to counter that with our toughness and play hard.
Is that the motivation for tomorrow's game, though, going up there and kind of proving the naysayers, or is it more so that Dwenger has had a little bit of a stumble getting to that final game of the year?
Yeah, I mean, the motivation ultimately is the state championship, but to get there, I mean, you got to win semi-state, and this is all we're focused on. I mean, all the tradition in Dwenger football, I mean, there's only been 3 state championships, so, I mean, we want to make that the 4th, and we really just need to get it. We're hungry, and we want it really bad.
How's practice been this week? Talk about what you've done on the field and off the field to kind of prepare.
On the field, it's been very focused. Players are very focused. Coaches are very focused. A lot of intensity in practice. Off the field, coaches have been preparing us with a very good game plan. A lot of reports. Everyone's watching a lot of film. We're just really focused this week.
Talk a little bit about what you have done individually to help your teammates out.
Individually, I've just been trying to keep spirits high. I mean, keep everyone motivated, let them know what we're playing for. And I've just been trying to watch as much film as I can, study their defense, and just put ourselves in a good position to win.
Okay.